You're out with friends. The energy is incredible. Your favorite song is playing, and you pull out your phone to capture the moment. You line up the shot, your thumb hovers over the share button, and then you feel it. A sudden knot in your stomach. A quiet, nagging voice in the back of your head asking, "Why am I doing this?" In the early days of MySpace and Facebook, sharing a photo didn't carry this psychological weight. The behavior was driven by intrinsic motivation. You posted a picture because connecting with friends felt good. Today, the attention economy has replaced that joy with extrinsic motivation. Every post is now a calculated performance, measured against an algorithm, designed to hit a popularity metric or simply to avoid the punishment of being deemed cringe. This tension creates the photographer's paradox. The moment you decide to document an event for an online audience, it splits your brain between observing the experience and performing it. The need to prove you are having fun actually degrades the real-world enjoyment of the event. Forcing yourself to perform your life for an invisible crowd ruins the reality you are capturing. Recognizing this cost, a specific group of users are making a choice to put their cameras away and opt out of the system. Today, digital behaviors and aesthetics have moved entirely off the screen to dictate how younger generations navigate physical spaces. Psychologists point out that Gen Z and Gen Alpha operate with the constant baseline of an imaginary audience. Even with their smartphones switched off, they are culturally primed to act as if they are being watched and evaluated by a crowd. You can hear this digital bleed in face-to-face conversations. Kids today are adopting streaming vocabulary, regularly using the word chat as a pronoun to address a physical room as if they are breaking the fourth wall for a live stream. When the cadence of real-world speech is modeled after a broadcast, the present moment is treated as a rough draft. Instead of experiencing the event, the individual is continuously filtering their actions through the lens of potential content. The core friction of the digital age comes from forcing organic human behavior into the strict parameters of an online profile. In reality, human identity is fluid and contextual. You can be the loud comedian in your friend group, a driven professional at work, and deeply serious around your family, without them contradicting each other. But an algorithm demands consistency. Every picture you upload and post you like contributes to a rigid dataset. This creates the crystallized self. Social media requires you to solidify your natural fluidity into a permanent, specific brand. Once your identity crystallizes, it becomes fragile. Any deviation from what your audience expects reads as a betrayal, resulting in immediate social backlash. This is why A-list actors like Jennifer Lawrence avoid social media entirely. Remaining a blank slate off-screen is a professional necessity, allowing her to step into any role without the baggage of an internet persona. It is a strategic absence shared by Scarlett Johansson. They understand that retaining their contextual fluidity means withholding their personal lives from the algorithmic machine. Contrast that blank slate with actors who lean fully into their digital personas. Because Ryan Reynolds has curated such a specific digital presence, he essentially plays Ryan Reynolds in every movie he appears in. For the everyday person, avoiding the feed acts as a psychological defense mechanism, protecting your identity from being boxed into a fragile artificial brand. This is a network graph showing internet culture guided by the 1% rule. A tiny central node of creators generates content, a 9% ring of interactors amplifies it, and a massive 90% outer cloud serves as the passive majority consuming it. But right now, that passive majority is withdrawing even further from public broadcasting. Driven by digital fatigue and the fear of judgment, millions of users are wiping their feeds completely blank. They are shifting toward narrowcasting, the use of close friends lists, encrypted chats, and ephemeral 24-hour stories that disappear before they can become a permanent record. By opting out of the feed, this demographic is quietly starving the algorithm of the public data it needs to function. In a culture that rewards constant visibility, withholding your personal information becomes an act of self-control. The philosopher Albert Camus argued that in an absurd world, accepting strange rules is a surrender of one's own independence. A user who refuses to post today is a modern Camusian rebel, rejecting the performative logic of the algorithmic machine. Withholding your personal moments from an attention economy designed to harvest human experiences for profit is a digital jailbreak. Choosing to keep a moment entirely private is the ultimate way to stay mentally independent. The truest version of you is the one that remains unmeasured, unprofitable, and impossible to use.